All right, welcome to Gen X Rated Thursday edition. Billy, we made it, if you can believe it.
We did. Made it to penultimate work week day.
Yeah, we'll
I'm still
take it.
feeling a little bit off. I don't know. It feels like Wednesday to me, but it's weird.
We'll get there. The weekend will feel too short, and you'll feel like things are back to normal again, or the new normal that we live in.
Yeah, I wish the old normal would come back.
Yeah, I don't know if those days are coming back. What did we talk about? 2032 is when oil prices will be back down to paying $3 a gallon for gas. Thank you, Trumpy Bear. But, he's not suffering. Yesterday, they had the big cabinet meeting. It was supposed to be at, after his visit to the dock, he had to keep it in-house. They were supposed to be at Camp David, but I think they stayed at the White House. It was your usual fluff fest, pretty embarrassing as always, and a lot of ego stroking for the big guy. One thing that was quite noticeable was how many times they had to mention his name so that he would jar himself awake.
What?
Right? I mean, hey, and I won't go on about this, but they took the video of him looking at the base of that pillar. I don't know if you saw that. And then they he got out of his entourage truck, and then he was at the White House, and he was looking at the pillars, and they were like very curious what he was doing. And then they upped the mic so you could hear what was going on, and they think that he was having a moment or two or three, and you could kind of tell on the replay of the reaction of the people around him, like, we're just backing away. The Marine looked very concerned, and like the guy had to tell him, this is normal. This is what it is.
Happens all the time.
I mean, it makes you wonder. Granted, with AI, who knows? We did see the video, but the sound seemed legit. And would it surprise you? Is the question. Probably not.
Not at all. I mean, I think it's pretty evident that he's got frontal temporal dementia.
He's a mess.
Ticking off all the boxes. I think they're just keeping him propped up for as long as they can and keep this grift going.
Yeah, and that's a great word, because this is all a money-making grift from top to bottom. Percent was out today talking about this big 250 anniversary party we're going to be having, and they're asking, hey, do you think it's the right time to put Trump on the $250 bill when people are struggling with gas prices? He's like, this is a celebration. You know why this is happening? She was like, it's going to happen anyway. And he's like, well, it's because of the funding we're getting. The federal government's funding, the states are funding. It's just like such nonsense. That doesn't say that it's affordable and can be done correctly. Yes, we can all celebrate it, but maybe celebrate, on a scale that's not so Trump level, I guess. I don't know.
Trumpian. Maybe bring back the tall ships. How about that? People loved it.
More flagpoles, damn it. But to the point that it's all about enrichment of these people that are already, obviously Trump's been very successful since he's been in office. But examples of like him buying into Robinhood stock. He put about $315,000 into it in March. And then come April, he picks Robinhood as the official broker for his Trump accounts program. Stock does very well. Trump's a big winner. Same thing. He bought Dell stock, and this is something we talked about a few weeks ago. He bought Dell stock. He said, go out and buy it. He didn't say he bought it, but on record, public record, he did. And he's pumping up the stock. Well, lo and behold, Dell wins a $9.7 billion software agreement with the U.S. military. Wow. That's some good timing, I'll tell you what.
Quite a coincidence.
Yeah, it's like he's this amazing. What was the guy on the Tonight Show?
Oh, and on Johnny Carson, yeah, the great
Gazoo, or I don't know.
Karnak the Magnificent.
Yeah,
it was, or Karnak the Great.
And he's this great to the point of let's put him on a $250 bill. No other living president has been on U.S. currency in 150 years. In fact, in 1866, the Thayer Amendment made it so there was no portrait of the living president on any kind of currency, bonds or otherwise. But Hey,
Well, maybe it's going to be like Abe Simpson's Ghost Quarter. Oh, you'll be able to have this soon. Don't worry.
you can't afford gas. Who's pulling out the $250 bill to do what? And we already
Yeah,
know
you got
these
change for
billionaires.
Trump.
We already know these billionaires don't carry wallets or cash for that matter.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. That brings me to the predictions market. I'm not super familiar, but I think we all saw that soldier who wagered and won $400,000 knowing when they were going to pick up Maduro. Now he's under investigation for that. Well, of course, Donnie Jr.'s got a big part of it. And it's just too easy to use your political influence and your ability to influence policy to predict what's, how this is going to fall out. It's like fish in a barrel for these guys.
Oh, I know.
Trump's fully supportive of it. So people push back, but since Donnie's so involved, he wants to protect the market, keep it away from the states. We don't need anybody regulating this stuff. And he's worried that other countries are going to want this. It's basically like the derivative trading, like, making bets on future value of certain assets. Well, when you control it and you can put value into things, it's a little easier. So again, with the Donnie Jr., he's the big winner. And this is a big market. It went from like 100 million bets to, or wagers, whatever you want to call it, up to 300 or 3 billion today. Quite a jump. But the person we're going to prosecute is, the military guy who was pretty smart to do it, frankly.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you get this kind of, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, this is what they do. It's so in your face, the corruption and the greed, and they don't even care anymore because they've just been getting away with it for so long. Nobody's doing anything. The Supreme Court is in their back pocket. But, again, hey, you try that and watch what happens.
Yeah. You're not going to win. And this is the prediction markets going into gambling. Right up here's your casino complex, sports betting, poker room. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And who's using these for the most part are people that maybe don't have the most money and are maybe desperate for a win.
Could be. I mean, there's a lot of that. You're seeing it, especially like in young men.
Yeah, for sure. You've mentioned that before when it came to like the sports betting part of it.
Oh yeah, I mean the Atlanta or the New Yorker had a really interesting article with a writer that his gig was to spend a whole football season and he knew nothing about gambling and he got into it way over his head. They gave him $10,000 to gamble with. He ended up losing it all, lost a lot of his friends, turned into a real asshole.
All for a good story.
And it was a good story. Well worth it.
It's appreciated. Part of that cabinet meeting yesterday was this guy, Mark Wayne Mullin, our Homeland Security guy. And maybe it's the seat that's the problem, but I'm not really sure if that's what it is or not. Whoops. Where'd he go? Oh, that's Donnie Jr. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh.
She knows.
Anyway, he went on to talk about
Donnie Jr. again.
Oh, no, get rid of him. He's gone.
Those blinding white choppers.
He is just super unattractive. I think we found out, we mentioned his new wife, her father was actually the accountant for Jeffrey Epstein. So we just like to keep it in the family, especially when it comes to corruption and pedophilia, apparently. Mark Wayne Mullin, though, did go off on, we talked about this a little bit, the detention facility that ICE is running in New Jersey. There's a lot of protesters out there on Memorial Day. A senator went out there, ended up getting pepper sprayed. Of course, in the cabinet meeting, they were like, why did it have to be on Memorial Day? Like, what kind of animals are these? As you're seeing ICE beating down these protesters, it's like.
And Trump sleeping.
Yeah. And then his point, and the 300 people are on a hunger strike, and his point is, oh, they want their ethnic food, do they? Yes, I guess they want their ethnic food. That's why they're trying to make this point. He's just kind of,
that guy's got Native American heritage.
yeah.
And just, dude, he really sold out. I mean, you talk about an Uncle Tomahawk. I mean, it's just sickening. I mean, that guy's always been an asshole.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But he's just taken it to a racist level that maybe we haven't seen before, or maybe we have. And then I start to wonder if it's just the seat. Now he's using Kristi Noem's $70 million love plane, or whatever you want to call it. These are the protesters. They do look like trouble. They seem to be contained in an area, but I'll tell you, those guys came out and it was a beatdown. It was nothing you'd want to see, and you hate to see it in this country in particular. So again, with their ethnic food, he said this isn't a Holiday Inn, and they can go back to their own country. If they're lucky, they'll be sent back to their own country. But with this administration, you could be sent anywhere.
I know.
So next step for this guy is he's getting a little bit tired of his wife having to pay to fly with him all the time. So he's trying to ask Congress to, let's get her a little part-time gig. She can be a special person to the me. How about that? She's my wife. Special government employee can work up to 130 days. The thing to me was the pay's like $65 to $70 an hour. And it's not necessarily bring your wife to work day.
Yeah, right.
And if you want to travel with her, then she should pay. I mean, you're on this $70 million plane. They say that he likes to leave on Thursdays. He doesn't come back till Monday. I mean, is there just not that much going on with the Department of Homeland Security other than, roughing up some people and talking tough about the border?
Well, it practically runs itself. Just
I guess.
Call me if you need me.
I'll be doing something else.
Yeah, something not involved with work. But first of all, why do you have to have your wife with you?
I mean, she already has a job. She's currently works for the America First Policy Institute on rural policies.
Wow. You just can't make this shit up.
I know.
These people are just so, and and it's a slap in the face to every recent college grad, every young person, everybody who's been laid off, who's trying to find a job, when this guy's just pandering for a part-time job for his wife, who's already got probably a very well-paid job and will probably be stacking double paychecks for doing less work than zero. Yeah. You're not working at any of these jobs. You're just kind of traveling around, but you're going to be getting, it's a slap in the face to anybody that works for a living.
Well, and $65 to $70 an hour is pretty nice. I mean, what does she have a doctor after that name of hers? I don't know. She doesn't. Nope. That I know of. He went one step further and talked about these sanctuary cities. We're going to stop any of these international flights from coming into these sanctuary cities. To name a couple would be New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Denver, Boston, San Francisco. You're looking at about 1,100 flights a day. We're already crushing tourism in that nobody's coming. The world stage for the World Cup's not going to be pretty. People are canceling their hotel reservations. Who would want to come here and be under that kind of scrutiny in the hopes of maybe getting home after this, what once was a wonderful event? Iran, who is a participant in the World Cup, is staying in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to come up for their games, and then they're going to go back to Mexico because they're not allowed here. Even though they qualified for this tournament, we don't feel they should be here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's gross and it's disturbing. That seems ridiculous. People aren't going to go for that. You're not going to fly from France to Oklahoma City.
And then bus up to Denver.
Yeah, exactly. Not a thing. So
luxury bus.
So thanks for that. I don't see that working. And then today, Brooke Rollins came out. They love to talk about kicking people off Snap, which is essentially what they did. But now they're fine-tuning it a little bit, because when the question is how much of this is fraud, she can't answer it. So they say, we're not sure how much is fraud, or just how many of these Americans are just going off to live the American dream.
Well, I'm guessing that's probably a pretty low percentage of people that are going off to live the American dream.
You sure? 'Cause this economy's on fire, buddy. It's hot.
It's a really hot economy. It's a hot country. So hot. Yeah, I mean, maybe some of them got like, a low wage job that, pays them just enough to not qualify because, that's how a lot of these corporations work. They don't have to supply the benefits. So, their
Walmart.
people need to go on public assistance. But, corporate welfare is fine.
Yeah.
But anything that helps out people that, are down on their luck or just having a hard time and need it, yeah, that's their fault. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, okay?
And we are going to talk about this, not today, but some of the, we got rid of the Department of Education, and then I look in the paper today, and we're cutting funding for, kids with special needs. Any of the programs in schools, particularly public, the state's going to stop funding. We already know the federal government's not going to fund it anymore because we don't have a Department of Education.
Yeah.
If you have a student loan, then you can talk to the, I think it's, it would be Lutnick, and they'll take care of you. The Commerce Department. We don't respect or appreciate educators. That's why we're losing a lot of teachers and good people. And then we're raising a class of people that are going to have to claw themselves to an education because it's just not as available as it was when we just went to public school. It was pretty easy.
Yeah, and that's how you destroy a country by not providing basic education, right? Making sure that people that live, your citizens, know how to read, how to write, how to think critically, know history, understand how the government works. These are all things that go against authoritarian governments. I mean, I just saw a thing the other day, yesterday, in fact, about how more educated people tend to vote Democrat. They're more progressive. They're more liberal. Generally, conservative people are more poorly educated. They just believe what they believe. They're not interested in facts. They're not interested in science. They're not interested in hearing anything other than what they've either been told or what they just believe.
Yeah.
And, it's not that surprising. It really isn't. And then, you look at it and you see what they've been doing. And again, they've been playing the long game. I mean, they've been chipping away at public education since the Reagan
School boards. Yep.
But this is what they want. They want a compliant and not so well educated constituency. They want these people dumb. And, maybe you're not dumb. Maybe you're just never been educated because that's part of the plan.
Maybe you're not a book learner. Maybe you learn better through hands-on. Maybe you're more of a 3D thinker. We need all types, and we should be accepting, obviously, of all types because that's what makes us better. I went through this school. We all go through this school. This is how we learn. And to your point, the critical thinking is huge. That's how you get through life. That's how you manage. That's how you're able to adapt. These people that aren't being educated really are being done a disservice. They don't have any of those skills.
Mm-hmm.
So we will
seems to be intentional.
And we will do a little bit deeper dig into that because I do find, education's huge, not just for voting, obviously, but just for our population. I mean, my God, how are we going to keep up with the Chinese and other countries that are more progressive and respect education? I mean, Singapore, those teachers are paid a very high salary. There's a reason for that, and it's respected. Mm-hmm. Here, anybody can teach. Oh, you're probably in your basement on your computer, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I did see an interesting fact about immigration. Immigration since 1994 reduced the U.S. deficit by $14.5 trillion with a T. If you want to throw in undocumented immigrants, they reduced the deficit by $1.7 trillion. It's big money. They get nothing out of it. They get nothing after the fact, but they pay into it. And those are the people we're kicking out first. Yeah. Not the billionaires that don't pay any taxes or that don't pay into Social Security past $174,500 or whatever that specific number was. No, let's get rid of the guys who are actually paying in. And that affects all of us. It's so short-sighted and off base, but here we are.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All because, you want to satisfy the the bloodlust of your constituency. There's no reason to, and just everything that's been going on with this, it's just a total shit show.
It's crazy. But instead, you get RFK in this cabinet meeting yesterday talking about children that are circumcised early have double the rate of autism. And of course, Trump has to say, I've studied it for a long time. Like,
He probably has, up close and personally.
really? You and Bubba? I mean, what? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
Yeah, not a
Just trying to make
scientist,
a
but
point.
just an enthusiast.
If there's a time to say nothing, it was after RFK Jr. made that ridiculous statement. Of course, he followed it up with, oh, it's Tylenol. It's because they give him Tylenol. Good job. What they did miss or not talk about, which I found an interesting statistic, that the Mayo Clinic data shows that individuals living within a mile of a golf course have 126% higher risk, that's double, of Parkinson's diagnosis.
Wow.
Than those that live 6 miles or further away. I can only assume that it has to do with how they keep the grass so green and lush. A lot of chemicals.
Yeah,
So,
that would make sense.
Parkinson's is on the rise. I don't think it's necessarily because people are moving close to golf courses, but this is where research comes in. This is where funding for fill in the blank comes in, and we've lost all interest in that. Even when Congress approved funding for certain science initiatives, we're not giving them the money. These universities are not getting the money.
Yeah.
Melissa would be a great person to talk to about that. But we're just, and I'm going to jump to Ebola because it's kind of in the realm of what we're talking about right now. I didn't realize, but in 2000, after the 2014 crisis, the U.S. built a bunch of specialized biocontainment hospitals, specifically designed to safely treat infected Americans on American soil. Right now, if you were part of it or could be associated with it, they're sending you to Kenya. We're not keeping Americans here. So the infrastructure still exists. There's like 35 sites throughout our country, which was great for planning. This is nothing to mess with. This is deadly. It spreads. It's a serious thing. Now they say, hey, it's not as contagious person to person. Fantastic. I'm all about that. But these biocontainment centers were set up so that you could stay in there for whatever it is. Maybe it's 4 weeks. Maybe it's 6 weeks. It can be up to 8 weeks. It sounds ridiculous, but it's a very serious issue. And I feel like we're not taking it that seriously. We talked about the other day where the CDC isn't allowed to talk to, people at the World Health Organization. It's like, we just don't want I don't want any part of this. It's like COVID all over again. Everything's fine. Don't worry about those deep freezers. It really doesn't matter, et cetera, et cetera. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's just going to go away. It'll disappear in the summer.
Yeah, and that's really not going to happen. The CDC did say the public risk is extremely low when protocols are followed, but we don't really follow direction or care if it doesn't pertain to something I want. I'm not doing it. But it's pretty deadly. The kicker was that they asked for volunteers to be screeners at airports for this. I mean, that's a true story.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we're building.
Apparently somebody agrees with that because, that is just, sure. I'm happy to stand here and put myself at risk for no money. Do I get a free flight voucher or maybe a drink coupon at Starbucks? Anything?
Maybe a vest, something like that.
Ooh, a fancy vest. Maybe a lanyard.
Now, who would sign up for that, to do that? I mean, it sounds dangerous to me.
I mean, that's just crazy. I don't know why anybody would. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, Ebola is a horrible disease, man. You just bleed out, basically.
40 to 90%, you're dead. The odds are terrible. It's certainly not something you want here. Yes, we're building quarantine centers in Kenya for Americans. Like, I thought we didn't need the Strait. We don't need oil. We don't need nothing. We got everything here. But maybe go down to Kenya.
Will they let you come back if you manage to survive?
Hell no. No, I don't want you. It's just crazy. It's just a crazy thing. We have the facilities. We have trained personnel. We have protocols in place, but we're going to ignore it. We don't want any part of it. We're not doing it. And I mean, what could be more backwards than that?
It was all set up by the Democrats.
Oh, the Democrats. I love that. Yeah. And then when you talk at a memorial service, when you had several that served that were Democrats, let's make fun of them too. To that point, Trump went to Walter Reed. He visited some troops, but those losers, the 14 soldiers that got injured in the Iran war, crickets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's offensive.
That is offensive.
I mean, you asked for this. You brought this on, and then you don't even pay the respect to come see them because he doesn't like losers.
The losers. I like people that don't get wounded.
Such a dick. Yeah.
But, he was excited when that guy gave him his Purple Heart. Oh, I was wanted one of these. I didn't have to do anything to get it.
Amazing. Well done. The last thing out of the cabinet meeting was that Burgum had to talk, the Interior Secretary, whose wife was super hot riding a horse. That's how he got the job. Trump was like, oh, who's that? It's Doug Burgum's wife, but that's not important. Anyway, they noticed that the World War II fountain is a disaster. Okay, that thing's a mess. Me and Doug loves this stuff. Doug and I, he said, we're going to look at some different colors and things like that. Seriously?
Yeah, we're going to paint it all gold and stamp Trump all over it.
That sounds amazing. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I mean, it's just another grift, as we've been talking about this whole episode. It's like the reflecting pool. It's taller than any building. Wrong. None of his stats are relative or even right, which is sad. And then they build in a margin for profit. He overpaid for this. He knows the contractor. He doesn't know the contractor. I heard that the color that they're using, there's a reason why they had the color scheme that they did, and that was to reduce the light and the heating up of the water to create a mess, basically. And Trump's color is not going to help that. But he doesn't research it. He doesn't care. And he just does, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and somebody else will deal with the consequences.
Absolutely. I mean, that's not my problem.
Yeah, I mean, more and more. And we've talked about this before. He reminds me of that kid from the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Just gets away with everything. Everybody, oh, Anthony, that's good that you killed that guy. Oh, very good. Good that you sent him out into the cornfields.
Terrifying. This is how other countries are dealing with it. I just wanted to put this up before we move on from it. Pretty serious stuff. My God, you just don't want this. But Trump's pretty safe in his bubble, so he doesn't care that much. Not a big deal. But at the same time, we're fawning over everybody else that we aspire to be. This is another one, just to put it up, just to show the severity of it. Some of these photos, I tried to keep it less disturbing, but you can see it's no joke. I mean, my goodness, what are we doing here? I mean, look at that thing.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's like your worst nightmare, frankly.
It is. I mean, anybody who's interested, pick up a copy of that book, The Hot Zone. Terrifying.
Or don't, please. I did want to move on to these guys that we idolize. We talked a little bit about influencers. I mean, I don't understand half this stuff, how that's your job and people buy into that. This right here is the old Zucker yacht. He pulled into Washington State. I believe it was the same day that Meta cut the workforce by 20%. This is his yacht. It's pretty impressive. It's $300 million. Yeah, I mean, he's a wealthy man. He can afford that. It's $90,000 a day to operate. And you could say, hey, he's putting people to work. He's putting it into the economy. That's great. The support vessel that comes with it that brings the toys and stuff is $30 million. And then, of course, you need a helping yacht that follows the big yacht. And that was $100 million. So I'm not going to do the math for you, but you're looking at, coming up on $500 million for this guy to show how big his ship is. so to speak.
Oh, dude, it's pathetic.
But at the same time, we're cutting the workforce because
Oh yeah, losers.
bunch of losers. I mean, I don't understand how we become so enamored with these people and think that they're so great when sometimes it's a lucky sperm club. Sometimes, like with Elon, he bought these companies. He didn't invent any of this stuff.
No, he's invented nothing.
But he was able to purchase them and then ride the wave, which is great. And I'm not saying he's not astute. I'm just saying this isn't, hey, I rolled up my sleeves and I'm doing it the old-fashioned way by earning it.
Oh, I know, but they'll tell you that it is.
Oh yeah.
They'll tell you how hard they work. We're pushing it. We're sleeping 1 hour a night, maybe every other night.
Oh, Mike Johnson's here. He is just a tool. And for the record, they're not working because that Wars Act was going to happen, and we really just don't want that vote to come up in the House.
Yeah, no,
so,
run away.
Yeah, so they get 3 more days, and that'll be into the weekend. Maybe we'll see them on Monday, back doing the people's work. I don't know.
Probably not.
Not bloody likely. Wheat's up 20%. Soybeans are up 11%. A third of all fertilizer that comes through the straits that we don't need is now up 44% since the war started, or the excursion, or whatever the heck you want to call it. Ridiculous. It's hurting all of us. These guys don't want to admit it. They're talking about the hot economy, the golden age of America, how much investment's coming in, how much manufacturing we're doing. It's all a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not seeing it. It's all about getting the space for these data centers and making that happen. And now it's national security that we have to have these data centers and drain the Rio Grande and poison your drinking water that you do have.
And steal all your data too, and keep an eye on you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that, because it moves me over to the news yesterday. Let me find her. E. Jean Carroll. I think we all know. She took Trump to court. He was found guilty. 9-member jury returned the verdict hours after deliberating in the civil trial that spanned several weeks, and he owes her about $83 million. She won. And of course, he says, you know what? She's not even my type. I mean, look at her. To that point, here they are. Here is her in the background. And then you have Ivana right there on your right. Now, you tell me who's got a better look. And I'm not condemning either of these women. They're both attractive. But I'm just saying, not your type. She looks better than what you brought in yourself. I mean, no offense.
Yeah. And hair, Jesus Christ, it's like a helmet.
Yeah, and that's why he was so mad at her, because his came out and then he had to have the surgery and then tried to rip her hair out.
Mm-hmm.
But we know, right before she was supposed to testify, she ended up falling down some stairs, and now she's buried on Trump's golf course, never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. And who knows what else is buried on that golf course with her.
Yeah, probably some classified stuff. We saw the photos from Donnie Jr.'s wedding, at least of Ivana. And,
didn't see any actual pictures of the bride or the groom.
No, we did not. We did see Ivana quite a bit, and she just has those dead eyes. It really concerns me, like what happened in her youth growing up. But you can surmise what went down. But I think, when you grow up with it, this is what you find acceptable, and this is how it is. I did want to point out, back to the original point with E. Jean Carroll, the Department of Justice is now investigating her. So talk about using the Department of Justice for your battles and weaponizing it, which is what they said Biden's been doing, and we're looking into it. We fired all these people, blah, blah, blah. Now you're using it. They want to investigate her for perjury charges. Perjury. That seems interesting. Yeah. And who's doing it? The DOJ. So, of course, you got Blanche, who actually represented Trump in this trial and lost. Yeah. Now he's in a new chair, so he gets to investigate that because, hey, this is what we do. We go after people that weren't good to Trump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going after every one of his petty grievances. I mean, that case against Comey
Yeah,
for his seashell offense.
absolutely.
Very threatening seashells.
Go after everybody. This is a photo of that amazing day with the Board of Peace. You can see JD. You can see all kinds of interesting people. Rubio, of course, Kushner, and fill in the blank. Members pledged about $7 billion. Trump himself pledged $10 billion. None of it went into the World Bank Fund. All the donations are flowing through a separate JP Morgan account. Unlike the World Bank, the JP Morgan account is not subject to transparency requirements. So
interesting.
Do what you feel like, right?
Right.
To that point too, Trump refiled his $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal for reports that allegedly ties him to Epstein. Allegedly.
I mean, seriously, there are photos, there are videos, there are records. There is a birthday card that you wrote. Because every day may every day be a beautiful secret, Jeffrey. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, but he's emboldened. The Department of Justice is his weaponized force to go after anybody that ever did him wrong. I don't think he's going to win that one, but I guess we'll see. That Board of Peace thing was just a ridiculous distraction anyway. All of this does come back to the Epstein files. It goes far and wide, and he was a terrible person. So I feel like, it should catch up to him. It just goes on. I mean, now he's going to have the Department of Justice. They want to seek the names, addresses, and banking info for all of Reddit and X users.
Yeah, and that's a shitload of people. And why? On what grounds?
I don't know. I do know that they got all that information through Doge when they stole our information through Social Security office. So I thought an interesting point that was made yesterday was that most of the reason why they did that was to clean up any of the election fraud stuff. Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
There's no doubt. I mean, I'm more convinced every day that election was stolen, thanks to Elon.
He knows his computers. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
And I did want to point out that these vanity projects that we're paying for, Trump took $67 million of national park entrance fees to do his little vanity projects. Right now, Yellowstone is chaos. There are no rules. There's not enough staff. People are parking on places they shouldn't be parking. The lines are incredible because there is no order. People are waiting an hour to get into the park. And once you're in the park, good luck. It's kind of a mess. But we're going to take those entrance fees and we're going to use it for, I don't know, maybe the World War II exhibit, or perhaps the fountain. I don't know. Fountains are important. You don't want homeless or fountains that don't work in DC's capital because...
Oh, you can't be having that.
No. And we have places for homeless. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're going to send them to camp. We're going to concentrate them in a camp.
Yeah. And maybe detox them and charge them for that too, because you're not going to do it for the good of the person. It's all about what we can get out of it. So.
And then we're going to put them to work because, as somebody once said, work will make you free. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look that one up.
I just feel like Congress just isn't in the equation. We have three pillars to our government. Obviously, the Supreme Court's not working for us anymore. They've been usurped with they're just one with the executive, and then Congress really has gone to lunch. These executive orders that he just makes stuff up for aren't laws.
No,
they're an executive branch making an order for something that doesn't make it a law. That's not how it works. I'm just a bill. I'm an ordinary bill. Maybe we should look into that because it's not that complicated, but it takes Congress. It's not all on the executive. So just as an example, in 8 years, Clinton had 162 executive orders. George W. Bush in 8 years, 291. Obama in 8 years, 276. Biden in only 4 years did 162. But Trump in 5 years is at 481. We're closing in on 500. So this is how he gets things to keep moving in his direction. But then you need the legal system to come in and say, hey, this isn't legal. You didn't go through the proper channels. And by then, Trump's on to 10 other things. And we've already been distracted and aren't aware of what's coming after that. It's just crazy.
It's beyond crazy. This shit is just unreal.
So does it make, so do we have a democracy? Is it still working? I mean, the real test obviously is going to be in November on election day. Trump already said yesterday in the cabinet meeting, he doesn't care about midterms, doesn't affect him, doesn't really matter. It's going to matter to all of us though.
Oh yeah. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do to steal this one, whether it's just shutting down voting, staging some kind of an event, or just, rigging the voting machines again and stationing his little police force outside the polling places. But I don't know. I shudder to think of what's going to happen.
I just don't want to wait till November. I want to know some of this ahead of time. We always talk months prior to the election to go check your voting rolls, make sure you know your polling station, make sure you're on the rolls and you get kicked off. Some of them tried to do that where if you missed a down vote, you couldn't vote. They take you off the voting roll because you missed a vote. There could be many reasons for that. We don't do mail-in unless it's going to get Paxson to win a primary. Then we can mail in all we want.
That guy, holy shit. And you know what? Maybe they delivered a gift to the Democrats because that guy, I'm sure he's universally unpopular in Texas. I mean, these people that came out to vote are hardcore old GOP and MAGA people. So I don't know. I mean, they're trying to paint Tallarico as a weirdo.
I saw that. Oh, does he have a girlfriend? Doesn't know her name? Have you met that Scott senator guy and his fiance who he married? And now I don't know that they're married. Not very compatible, you might say.
Yeah.
Give me a break. I don't care about his personal whatever. I don't care if he has a goat at home as long as the goat's happy. But give me a break. He's got a lot of truth to power. I think he'll be well supported in Texas. Texas at one point, Ann Richards, that was a blue state. They really messed it up. As an example, Alabama said no thanks to the redistricting. They said they don't want to take away the rights of their African-American citizens. Alabama,
yeah. South Carolina too.
I mean, come on. I did see a couple voters that came out in Texas. They obviously their person lost, Cronin. And then the follow-up was, will you vote for Paxson since he won? They were like, hell to the no. Not voting for this guy. Never going to happen.
Dude, Paxson's a fucking criminal.
He's a criminal. He's a, he cheated on his wife. He was impeached. He's embezzled. Like, maybe I should list what he hasn't done.
Yeah, really, because it'll be a shorter list. I mean, dude, he got a 60-day suspended sentence for a pedophile.
That was gross.
Yeah.
We protect
these people. They're making pedophilia great again. Apparently, that's what they're big on. It's so sickening.
I think Trump could remember that one. Good one, Miller.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you're have limited time, and I've been going here for 40-some minutes. Do we have any happy endings on top of all this info?
Well, it's Thursday.
Thursday's good. Tomorrow
There
is
is that.
Friday.
One day closer to the weekend.
Not a happy ending, but Claude Lemieux did die. Playoff legend, four-time Stanley Cup winner, was 60. He had just carried out the torch Game 3 in Montreal, and days later, he's deceased.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Really crazy. A lot of people disliked him, especially in the playoffs, but you had to respect him. I mean, the guy just won. And,
yeah, very, very competitive, very hard-nosed guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But he made Marshawn look popular.
For sure. but kind of an old school guy, and he will be missed. That was surprising. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
So,
did not either. Crazy.
I guess we'll go with the weekend's coming happy ending type of thing. But
There you go.
always good catching up with you. I know, again, that these aren't always the greatest topics, but I do think it's important to know and kind of try and piece it together as to why we're here and where we're going and how we're going to get out of the straitjacket that they're trying to put us into before November. There's no time to really wait. So,
Yeah.
if you're on Reddit, if you're on X, they'll have all your information. I feel like with Doge, they have all your information anyway. What's new about that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you sleep with your phone by your bed, it's on all the time. So I'd say be careful what you say, but I've got Alexa in my house, so always monitor.
Always listening, always on, watching, judging.
Of course. So anyway, well, Billy, I'm going to wish you a good rest of your day, and maybe we'll catch up later. I don't know.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you too. Great job.
All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for your help as always, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, buddy. See ya.
See ya.